ninjas, eggs, dragons, gems. We're talking about Spyro 3. Spyro, Year of the Dragon. It is the third game in the trilogy of Spyro games for the PlayStation 1, and I'm going to be reviewing it. Since it is the third game I've played and the third game in the series, obviously my expectations were high. In fact, I wasn't ever going to purchase this game, but courtesy of a YouTube user who commented and I had a discussion and conversation with on one of my other Spyro reviews, convinced me to pick it up and give it a try. So, thank you, YouTube user. I don't know your name, your username off the top of my head. I'll throw it in here. But thank you, and for you, I'm going to review Spyro 3, one of your favorite games. So let's get started with the story. It's very similar to the original game. It takes place on the Dragon Home Worlds, only this time it takes place on the opposite side of this planet that they're on, where dragons haven't been there for 1,000 years, and there's no magic. This reptilian lizard sorceress thingy sends her minions to go kidnap dragon eggs. So as you can already see, your goal is going to be beating the sorceress and freeing or hatching dragon eggs, which is very similar to beating Nasty Nork and freeing crystallized dragons in the first game. So they've taken a basic and they've run with it, and I think that they pulled that off pretty well, and it's captivating. One significant difference between all the games thus far to this game is the cast of characters. Although there are cameos from the Avalar characters in this game, the main thing is it's Spyro, Sparx, Zoe, and Hunter against the world, and you get introduced to other characters that you get to control, and that provides a very varied variety of characters that you can control and worlds you can do and places you can get to and things like that. And I gotta say, for the most part, the idea of being able to play as different characters, like Sheila the kangaroo, Sergeant Bird, I think he's a penguin, Bentley the Yeti, I think his name was Bentley, and Agent 9 the monkey, and even Sparx. So through all those characters, they have their own backstory, their own levels, and their own uniqueness that you're able to play and utilize throughout the game. I think that the idea there was solid. The execution, not so much. A lot of times I found issues with being able to control them easily. Sometimes they don't move fast enough, sometimes they move too quickly. It was kind of sloppy. The idea is good, and I wish they would have expanded upon it a little bit more, but for the most part it was good. So let's talk about the gameplay. There are issues that I have, as always. Levels, levels, levels. There are a lot of them, and I like that. However, again, it feels like some of them are just the theme they were going for. They didn't expand enough upon it, and the levels are either too short, too numerous, too crappy, the quality kind of slides with the shorter ones that aren't as fleshed out. The fourth world seems rushed yet again. It's just small, just a few levels, and then you fight the final boss. However, with that being said, it is more dynamic, more detailed, more thoughtful, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It's better put together than the last world, the Winter Tundra in Avalar in the second game. So I gotta say, for the most part, although I do still have complaints that I would have preferred to seen less levels with larger scope, I'm kind of glad that they are shorter because it doesn't take as long to meticulously find every gem and things like that, because I went for 100% completion, and in fact I finished the game with the maximum 117% completion. But that's enough bragging on my end. I guess my main issue when I was approaching this review was, do I compare this game to the first game? Because it is similar in a lot of objectives and kind of subtle hints, or do I review it as though it was its own game and like considering that it is the third game in the series, is it better than the original, or is it as good of its own game? And I gotta say, I'm not gonna review it on either one. The game itself, from all that it offers, is a solid 8.5 out of 10 game. It's good for the price. It's good for the experience. As a PS1 game, it's good. It's good. Even as a Spyro game, it's good. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to decide for yourself whether this game is better than the original, or if it's like deserving as a higher score on its own, I'm going to leave that up to you. So my recommendation is buy it if you can. It's cheap. It's an 8.5 out of 10 kind of game. I enjoyed it, and I would like to once again extend my token of gratitude to the YouTube user who got me into this game. Again, I'm sorry I didn't write down your username. I will be sure to throw it into this video as soon as I upload it. Thank you very much. I had a wonderful time. Till then, I will be doing other reviews, and later.